appreciate you checking out my video. This is DJ Darren. Check out my YouTube channel, RV Life with DJ Darren. And I'm sure you probably had to pay for this video or pay for membership to see this, so I appreciate that. Thank you. It's going to be well worth it. So this is video 2 of my 3 video series, how to pass SMOG when you have code P0420 or P0430, which mostly means your catalytic converter is no good. The computer is sensing that's not efficient anymore and you need a new cat, which is obviously and of course the most expensive part in the entire system. This part alone right here, I'm working on my 2005 police Crown Victoria cop car, and this part alone I found it for $800, but generally it'd be $1,000 just for this one side. So that's just one side. This cop car has 2 sides, so just the parts on this is $2,000 plus labor, maybe $500. So you're looking at $2,500 just to clear one code, my P0420, so that I can be legal to drive and operate my car in California, which is ridiculous. So if you checked out my first video, awesome. But you're gonna may be able to do the second video, this one, if you live in California, or check out my third video, my extreme measures, passing SMOG. We're not playing, we're passing. So this is how we do it. So the problem is, on your car you got the P0420 code or P0430 code, which is either side. Passenger side P0420, I believe, and then driver's side P0430. Now if you have only a 4-cylinder, it's just going to be P0420. That's the only one you got, and that's going to be their downstream sensor is going to be sensing that. On my car, there is a this is where the header's at right here. There's another sensor up here, and then this is the downstream sensor. So this is the one we're playing with today. And if you saw my first video, you see what we're doing. We're using the spark plug non-fouler 2-pack from O'Reilly or Autozone, and about $5, $6, and you're going to need 2 of these. If you have a V8, if you have only a 4-cylinder, or you know, just one side exhaust, then you're going to be using just one. And so problem is the codes go on because the catalytic converter is not as efficient, but doesn't mean it's not working. Okay, the computer will detect how efficient it is, and when you get it, it's 100% efficient. In California, if it reads at 92% efficient or less, it fails it. So you could be good at 93% efficient and it's working and it's good, and just that 1% efficient that it goes down, now you're failed. And which is wrong, because it's still cleaning, it's still doing a good job, doing all the stuff. It's just 1%, maybe 2% less than what it should be, and now you got to pay $2,500. That's not right. So we need to bypass that because we can't afford that. We need to continue working. We need our car for work. We can't play no games. We need to get to work. We're not playing like that. Okay, we need to get to work and do things. We don't got time for some crazy bills, things unnecessary. Okay, so this is how we solve that. We got your spark plug non-foulers. Now, as you know, in my first video, if you haven't seen that, you won't need it. You won't need to see it. I'm going to explain everything. So we put this on here. Now look, this is your oxygen sensor. Take it out. This is your downstream one. This is the one you're going to be affecting. Your downstream one, the one furthest from the engine. And so you have your 2-pack. Now look, that hole is not big enough. It won't fit on there like that. So you're going to need to drill it out. And you want to leave a little gap. So a little bit of gap. Don't make it so it just slides right through and scrapes. Make the hole big enough so that there's a little bit of gap around that too, but not too much. So you see how big that hole is. It's pretty much the whole thing, and where I started like that. So that was an adventure in itself, just to drill it out and whatnot. If you need to get a buddy to help you or whatnot, or machine shop will be happy to do that for you. It's worth the money because you're going to pass SMOG. You don't have to do all this catalytic converter repair. You can do it later if you want. So drill your hole out. You got that on there. You're going to screw it on there tight, you know. Let's just imagine for now. Okay, screw it on tight. You're going to put that back onto your exhaust system. Okay. And this may be done while you're under the car or whatnot. It doesn't have to be out. It just happens to be that I'm replacing my transmission right now, so I have these pieces out. But this is something I have to deal with because I am a couple months overdue on registration, and I have P0420 code. And I just passed the Prius, and now I'm going to pass my car. I'm going to use this video's method. The first method did not work. The shop, the SMOG repair place, saw the cap on there and failed me because they said, no, that's illegal, you can't have that cap on there, we failed you. Come back without that shit on there, and if you pass, you pass. And so I did, but I used a different method, and that's the one we're doing now. So problem was they saw the cap. Now, we used to be able to do that back in the day, but I guess not now. And I don't know about your state, but California pretty tight now. They're looking for these little things on there all the time, and they're going to fail you when they see it. So what you're going to do anyway is you're going to put that on there. You're going to screw it on nice and tight. You're going to run your car till your code goes away. Okay. So now your code is off. Okay. So your code is off. It worked. Maybe you do both sides. We have both sides. Okay. So you maybe have two codes, P0420 and P0430. Both your codes go away. You're fine. You're good. You're like, all right, I'm ready to pass SMOG. Well, the problem is they can't be seeing those on there. So this is what you're going to do. Okay. Hypothetically, this is what you're going to do. You have those on there both sides. Now, you can take those off and put your oxygen sensor back on, and it's going to take a certain amount of miles for your computer to recognize again that cat's no good, okay? Because it's being fooled by this right now, okay? You did your drive cycle. It may take up to 50 miles and different type of driving for this cap to work and for your codes to go off, but they will. And then watch when they go off, okay? And let it go for a while. The point is, you're going to want to be as close to the SMOG repair station as possible, okay? Now look, I live 5 miles away, okay? I took my cap off, I put the oxygen sensor back on, I put a new one on there anyway. So I put a new one on there, okay? So the shop, when I got to the shop is 5 miles away. Put the new one on there. That was not the problem though, it's still going to trip, okay? I went to the shop, I got cleared, they passed me, okay? I got home, still no light. And then I went 1 mile away from there, and my light went on. So it took 11 miles for the computer to recognize, you know, that the cat was bad, because I didn't have my cheat cap on there. I didn't have this on there. I just had this on there, and I was like, well, you know what? Maybe the computer doesn't have time to know that the cat's bad. And if it doesn't, and I'm at the shop and then there's no light on, then I'm going to pass. And sure enough, I did. My original plan was to be 1 mile away. Okay, you have your cheater cap on there. You're 1 mile away. You park your car. You take that cap off. You put your oxygen sensor on there, and you drive right to the station. Or you could be a block away, but you know what I'm saying. You're less than a mile away, and you take this cap off of there. You put your oxygen sensor back on there, and you get your ass to that station quick. You drive normal and get it quick. Don't have your car idling there either. Have it off, turn it off. So that way when they turn it on and they start doing their testing and they look under there, they go, okay, yep, no cheater cap, no lights, you're passed, there you go, there's your certificate, and you drive away with a big happy face. But sure enough, a few miles away, your light's going to go back on because it does not have this cheater cap back on. But for me, that worked great because the shop caught me with my cheater cap on, okay, they caught me, but I went back there with a new oxygen sensor, and so I didn't even have to say, I was going to say, yep, I just put a new oxygen sensor on there and did a tune-up, and the light went away. So they're thinking, yeah, okay, the light went away because he put a new oxygen sensor on there. He put a new one on there, because I did it to the old one, so I had a new one on there, and I did a tune-up, and so, but I didn't have to say any of that, they didn't ask. All they were going to do was look and see if I had that still on there. And if not, and no lights, they passed me. Sure enough, they did. Thank you very much. There you go. You're welcome. That's video 2, how to pass SMOG. That's P0420 or P0430. That method is pretty bulletproof. Now I'm going to do a third video too as well. How we're going to do a third method to pass. And I haven't tested it, but I know it's going to work. I know it's going to work. So that's video number 2. You're still using the cheek cap, but you're taking it off 1 block to 1 mile away from the from the SMOG station, and then you get your ass over there and you go past SMOG, and you don't worry about it. And then when you get home, you can put it back on there to clear the code on the computer and just keep it on there. I would keep it on there. So on the Prius, I passed my SMOG. 6 miles later, the light went back on. So this is the Prius one. I'm going to put it back on there so the light goes away, and I'm going to keep it on there. But actually, for video number 3, I'm going to test my video number 3 theory